Power and Play was brought to you by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. And N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang larong gusto mo. Pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Pagod na, power and play na, pagod na. Power and play. Pagod na, power and play na, pagod na. Pilipinas tayo na, pagod na. Power and play na, pagod na. Pagod na, power and play na, pagod na.
Carlos Yulo with 2 gold medals.
Power and play with Noli Iyala.
Alam niyo po sa larangan ng palakasan, sabi nga nila, winning is everything. Pero hindi naman po natin kayang manalo lagi-lagi. Meron pong panahon na talagang natatalo. Kaya nga ho mga kapatid, ang mas mahalaga, doon sa mga panahong nagtatatalo, kailangang matuto ng mga leksyon doon po sa inyong naging pagkatalo. At yan po ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong araw pong ito sa inyong paboritong kasalo tuwing Sabado. Kaya bango na! Power and play na! Magandang umaga po mga kapatid. Nako, July 4. 4th of July pala ngayon. 4th of July. And tapos na po ang kalahati ng taong 2026. At tayo po'y nasa second half na. Ika nga last half na ng laro ng 2026. At ang bilis talaga ng panahon. At kami naman po ay natutuwang patuloy na makasama kayo sa aming ikasyam na taon sa Power and Play. At again, binabati po natin lahat po ng ating mga suki. Lahat po ng mga nakikinig sa atin, mga nanonood sa atin. Siyempre, ang ating po mga dakilang mga ina na naghahanda siguro ng almusal o di kaya ay nag-aalaga ng mga bulaklak sa hardin. Ayan, nagtutubig. At ang mga ama, ang mga dakilang ama na patuloy na nagbubuwis buhay para maitaguyod ng pamilya. At of course, patuloy po pumapasok sa kanilang mga tanggapan. Lahat po ng mga lolo't lola na nag-aalaga ng mga apo. And of course, lahat po ng mga uri ng manggagawa. Mula po sa ating mga taxi driver, mga jeepney driver, mga motorcycle riders, mga security guards, at lahat po ng mga nakikinig sa atin sa Power and Play. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Nakakatuwa. Hulyo 4 na po ng taong 2026. Marami po tayong pag-uusapan ngayong araw na to patungkol sa mga panalo, kasama na rin ang mga pinagdaan ng masasakit na talo. At syempre, hindi po kompleto ang ating usapan kung hindi ko po kasama ang laging panalo at ang aking kaibigan, the man for all seasons, Jera Season. Magandang umaga, partner!
Good morning, partner. Good morning po sa inyo lahat. Ang ganda naman ng mga tikada ng aking partner, ha? Binati ang lahat. Pero hindi binati yung mga bata dahil tulog pa.
Tulog pa eh.
Sabado. Pero magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Alam nyo, hitik na naman po ang ating programa ngayong araw na to. Marami tayong pag-uusapan. Mas lalong-lalo na doon sa napanood natin kahapon at nung isang araw.
Naku naman.
Ayan, hihimay-may rin natin yan. At mga iba pang issue tungkol dito sa mga issue tungkol sa palakasan.
Tama.
Na mga hindi pa na-resolve nung last week.
Correct. At napangako natin last week yan, partner,
Yes.
napag-usapan natin yung mga problema sa volleyball.
Yeah.
Ang ating po naging bisita last week ay yung mula sa gobyerno, ang Philippine Sports Commission. Ngayon naman, kukunin natin ang panig ng
syempre.
mismong involved dito sa isyong ito. Siyempre, out of fairness.
Alam mo, parang ano yan, kami dito sa Power and Play.
Oo.
Para kaming, yung alam nyo sa Karate Kid.
Ano yun? Ano yun?
Yung nakagalaw ka, nakabalansi ka dyan eh. Bago ka sisipa eh. Kaya balansyado po. Para nakuha natin yung kabilang side, mamaya naman, yung isang side naman.
Tama yan, of course. Siyempre, yan ang po ang ating mga pag-uusapan maya-maya. Pero kanina nabanggit mo nga, yung mga nangyari. Yung masakit na nangyari kahapon.
Ako, Sus Maria Joseph.
Yung pong pagkatalo ng ating Gilas Pilipinas kontra New Zealand kagabi in double overtime.
Double overtime,
Pambihira
Sus Maria
talaga.
Joseph. Lahat ng mga kakilala kong may alta presyon lahat ay nakahanda yung kanilang pagkuha ng presyon. Dahil sobrang maganda at yung nakakahinayang at medyo natalo tayo kahapon.
in
Pero
double
talaga
overtime.
it was really a good fighting chance.
Ay,
Sana
talaga.
nasilat natin.
Sayang. At marami tayong pagkakataon kahapon na mapanalunan yung laro. Actually, to be fair, to be honest, talaga po ako nagmamaneho kahapon. Nagtatrabaho ako. Kaya nakuha ko na lang yung last few minutes ng regulation at saka ng dalawang overtime. Pero partner, when I look at the stats nitong laban na to, pambihira pala itong naging larong ito. Talagang mga kapatid, doon naman sa dulo talaga nakita natin yung excitement. Pero ang Pilipinas, lumamang pala dito ng 12 puntos, partner.
Kaso ang matindi, UK Brownlee
Oo.
Parang pinagsamang arrest warrant ng ombudsman na talaga hindi naka-score.
hindi naka-score si JB, si kabayang Brownlee. Again, mga kapatid, hindi naman natin siyempre binabakbakan ang performance ni Justin Brownlee na alam naman natin kung gaano kahalaga ang nagawa na ni JB para sa ating kupunan. Pero kagabi po, talagang medyo inalat si Justin Brownlee. Only 5 points ang kanyang performance. Shooting, napakababa rin ang kanyang performance. 2 out of 3 from 3-point range. 1 out of 2 lamang. Ilan lamang ang tira niya?
Talaga kwan.
Yung 1 3-point shot pa, yun yung nasa double overtime.
Yun
Lumamang
na.
tayo ng 4.
Kaya actually 2 points lang siya. Yung kung hindi naka 3 points siya. Yun lang ang kanya.
Kaya nga, doon sa aking, nung ako po yung nagkomentaryo sa social media, sabi ko nga, kahapon talagang mukhang ang strategy ng New Zealand, stop JB at all costs. Pabayaan mo na yung iba na gumawa ng puntos. Tingin nila, hindi natin tatalunin sila kung mga locals ang gagawa. But nagkamali sila, muntik na sila. Muntik na talaga.
Dahil napabayaan Pero sa totoo lang nasobrahan sa asin, patis, toyo at bagoong si Justin Brownlee. Inalat masyado. Inalat masyado.
Parang daing na daing.
Kumain pa ng daing at toyo.
Ganyan po talaga. Again, nabanggit natin kanina, alam niyo, ang mahalaga dito, of course, ang mga leksyon na dapat mapulot ng ating kupunan. Marami rin namang mga takeaways dyan sa larong yan, partner.
At saka madaming revelations.
Yun ang ating mga, mga magagandang lumabas dyan sa laban na yan. And principally, na itong si Juan Gomez de Leaño, siguro talagang kailangan bigyan ng oras.
Yes.
He played 21 minutes kahapon, mga kapatid. Scored a team high 23 kasama ni Kevin Kembao. At 9 out of 15 from the field and 4 out of 9 from 3-point range.
Dahil saka kitang-kita natin, magaling din ang basketball IQ ni JDL yesterday dahil yung mga pukol niyang tres, di ba? Alam na nila, tumitira pala to. Pero yung susunod na crucial basket niya, nag-fake ng 3 tapos pumasok sa loob. Alam niya, magaling.
Kaya, again, mga kapatid, yan po yung mga bagay-bagay na talagang dapat natin matutunan. Of course, nakita rin natin ang paglalaro ng dalawang naglalaro sa abroad, si Kevin Kembao at si Carl Tamayo, na napakaganda rin ang naging performance, naging susi sa paglaki ng ating lamang at nang muntik natin panalo. Nakita rin of course natin ang steady play ni Dwight Ramos na alam mo naman nating laging narariyan na 18 puntos din si Dwight Ramos, si Carl Tamayo 17 and of course si AJ Edu.
Exactly.
Na talagang hirap na hirap.
Hirap na hirap pero talagang parang nakikita ko kunyari naglalaro dito sa TNT si sino ba 'yung sentro nila?
Si Poy Eram.
No.
Yung bago.
Hindi si na senior moment na
Bol.
Hindi. Anyway, maganda ang performance ni
AJ Edu.
Oo.
Maganda.
At saka dito may kita mo parang there's already a changing of the guards.
Oo. Well, alam mo, yan ang sinasabi ko. Ako, matagal ko nang ina-advocate. Yung sa international game, iba talaga ang thinking eh.
Yeah.
Iba talaga, even positioning. Ang positioning ng mga player nagbabago kasi iba po ang mga kalaban. Yung dating nilalaro mo na ang tingin mo ikaw ay tres, actually, 1 o 2 ka lang, kaya mo na eh. I'm talking about KQ, for instance, na nung araw ginagamit nating 4 yan. Nung siya ay nasa college. Nung napunta sa abroad, naging 3.
Yeah.
Pero sa ating team, kaya po ni Kevin Kiambao na talaga mag-2, kahit minsan mag-1 pa. Because itong mga taong to, alam naman natin ngayon, positionless na. On the other hand, ang isa ko pong gustong puntuhin dito, sa dinami-dami ng malalaki nating player, minsan, nagtataka ako bakit dalawang maliit ang pinagsasabay. Again, we cannot second guess Coach Tim Cone. Alam naman natin, napakagaling na player yan and I love Tim to the max, di ba? Yeah. But there are certain points in the game na I just felt na, Carl Tamayo should have been inside. He played really well. Even a point where nung bumabanat na yung malaki ng New Zealand, yung Menanga. Again, Junmar could have been a body that would have stopped him from rolling or even tipping in those shots.
Yeah.
Ang daming ganun di ba? But again, those are breaks of the game na sinasabi natin. Hindi naman lahat ng bagay sa laro ay makikita ng coach or ng koponan. We had the chance to win. We were up 4 with 2 minutes to go nung pumukol si JB ng 3.
Akala ko nga kuha na natin.
Akala ko rin. But that was the same thing no first overtime. And then, 2 layup nung si Terangi. Na feeling ko, again, pinabayaan lang natin na mag-layup. No? Napakadali. And then, of course, that very, very crucial foul nung inbound play with 7 seconds to go doon sa kanilang gwardiya na nahila ni Dwight Ramos kaya siya nag-foul out. No? Kaya, again, these are plays that could have gone and hopefully natuto tayo because ngayon, partner, mabigat ang tatakahakin ng ating team. Tandaan mo, sinabi ni Coach Tim Cone yan. Kailangan tayo manalo.
Para medyo
doon sa Middle East swing, may lamang na tayo. Kahit isa lang daw.
Yes.
Ang problema ngayon, ang kasusunod na kalaban natin, Australia.
Di ba? Sana naman, Kwan, the performance level of our national team will be the same as how they played against New Zealand. At siyempre, nakakapagod at saka nakaka-frustrate.
Talaga.
Diba? Sayang
Kaya, but of course, puso laban, ganun lang talaga. And hopefully, yung mga ibang player ay makalaro sa ating team. Yung mga nawawala, Kai Soto, of course, is the main man. Sana
yan ang tanong ko pala, partner. Dahil nasa roster naman siya, di ba?
Oo.
Kunyari, biglang mag-isip si Kai, I'll play. Pwede ba yun?
Ang alam ko, basta ikaw ay nasa roster, last minute na yan eh. Before the match is, there is a particular time period, cut off, na kailangan isabit mo yung final roster mo. So, again, this is very fluid up to that last point. So, since he is, I assume, nasa part of the lineup, at nung listahan na ibinibigay yan, there is an option for him to play. But again, we don't know. Pero alam mo, yung mga bagay na yan, pwede nating pag-usapan dito sa ating susunod na bisita ngayong araw pong ito. Ang ating unang bisita ngayong araw pong ito. Siyempre, maraming nangyayari sa mundo ng palakasan, mga kapatid. Mula sa NBA free agency na nagkakagulo sa dami na nangyayari at sa mga development sa PBA and of course, nangyayari sa Gilas. Kaya dito po sa ating unang yugto sa ating What's the Score? Ano ba talaga ang nangyayari sa mundo ng palakasan? At yan po ang ihatid natin sa What's the Score? Sabi nga natin mga kapatid, katakot-takot na po ang nangyayari ngayon sa NBA free agency kung saan the big names, Giannis, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, Paul George, Lamelo Ball, lahat po ay naglilipatan na ng mga koponan. And of course sa PBA, ang lahat ng balita tungkol sa possible trades na nangyayari, lalong-lalo na sa koponan ng rain or shine. Ano ba nangyayari kay Cedric Bearfield? At of course sa ating paboritong si Mikey Williams.
At si Gian Mamuyak.
And Gian Mamuyak. And of course, the rest of the basketball world. At ngayong araw po ito, ang ating mga kasama, ang taong bumabasag ng mga balita.
Yes.
Araw-araw. And of course, talaga namang nakatutok sa mga personalidad na bumabalot po dito sa mga balitang ito. Uy, nag-birthday pala to.
Uy.
Last July to. Aba naman. Ang ating kaibigan, si Homer Sayson, live from Chicago. Although audio lang daw muna. At,
Nag-usap kami kanina sa bundok daw po.
nasa bundok ha. Good morning, Homer.
Good morning, Homer.
Good morning. Good morning, boss. Good morning, Boss Jera, Comnoli. I
Ikaw-
turned 58 and unfortunately, birthdays are supposed to be a time of happiness. Pero I share the same familiar feelings with Gilas fans. Sleep deprivation, 3 o'clock ang laro dito. And heartbreak and then desperation for a hug.
Well-
Oh my God. But anyway, this is a wonderful way to kumbaga find the silver lining and realign our resilience. Talk about Gilas the morning after. Good morning again.
Magandang
Good morning,
umaga.
good
And thank you
morning.
for joining us. Alam ko ikaw ay napaka-busy on your phone, getting all the news, and of course, spreading it, whether it's good or bad. Pero simulan muna natin, Homer. Alam ko ikaw ay nakatutok din sa NBA. And, well, let me begin with your team, Chicago. Alam mo, ang ganda ng developments ng Chicago, ha? Lalong-lalo na ika nga, nakuha nyo si Claxton, si Powell, and of course, your pick na si Caleb Wilson. What is the mood in Chicago? Is there a lot of hope now with this new development para sa Bulls?
Well, we're bullish. The market is bullish, Tom. And, well, there's so many places to begin with. Number one, bago ng coach namin. And it's always hard to do that, to kumbaga, to transition. And you have a coach that was really relatively successful given the manpower he had. Maganda pa rin pinakita ni Coach Donovan, who, by the way, is gonna become the lead assistant of the San Antonio
San Antonio, oo nga.
Oo. So, we're still in ikaw nga nagsabi ko, there was a wonderful tweet you did many months ago when you said the Chicago are rebuilding and they just don't know it. So that's who basically who we are. We're putting new pieces. Kasi we were in this space before if you remember.
Yes.
We had the number 6 pick of the draft, Patrick Williams.
Yes.
And, nobody hears of Patrick Williams. Akala niyo,
Wala
kasi
na.
ni Mikey Williams, di ba? Oo, nandun pa sa Chicago, but he is one of those players na sign ng malaki, tapos I wouldn't call a dead asset, but, something close to a bust.
Yes.
So, hopeful kami because we got Norman Powell, who had priced himself out kasi masyadong mahal, hindi na siya ma-afford sa former team niya.
Oo.
And then we have Caleb Wilson. The Bulls had a lot of these trades na nakita natin ngayon, like for instance the Boston Celtics, which we will get there later.
Oo.
Salary dump karamihan ng mga
yan ang gusto kong
salary
tanongin,
dump.
Homer, before anything else, no? Kasi marami nagtatanong sa akin, and of course, hindi naman tayo, alam mo, hindi tayo sanay dito sa PBA partner na tinitingnan yung salary cap Dahil dito, kung magustuhan ng isang team owner, yung isang magaling, kunin mo yan. Di ba? Ililipat mo dito, bigyan mo ng pick, di ba? O bigyan mo ng bangko. At nakukuha pa rin ng isang team. At wala sila, miski nakikita mo yung buong team, puro superstar, paano ba ito nagkasya? Nagtanong nga si Yengyao, di ba pareho lang ang salary cap natin sa ibang team? But again, explain this, Homer, doon sa mga ordinary fans, bakit all of a sudden, ang mga teams, kailangan i-trade ang mga stars nila kahit ito ay integral part ng isang successful campaign ng isang koponan.
Okay, I'm not gonna go into the tedium of first apron, second apron.
Yes, wag yun. Basta yung general idea lang. Bakit?
Para
ganun?
maintindihan ang
Maintindihan lang natin.
Okay, there is a salary cap. Ang salary cap means to say, like this year, it had increased to $176 million. So yan lang ang salary cap mo. That's the most you can spend for the salary of your 15 players in the roster. 15 kasi sa NBA. 13 ang nasa bangko that actually would be rostered in the game. Ang dalawa, two-way contract na nasa G League. So, of those 15 people, 176 lang ang limit ng salary mo. If you exceed, yun na nang ma-fine ka na ng tinatawag na luxury tax.
Tama.
And luxury tax, the Warriors did this for many years kasi nandun tatlo eh. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, at saka Steph Curry. Tapos dumating pa si Durant. So what happens when you exceed is that it's very punitive, the luxury tax. It's $1 for every dollar. So kung mag-over ka ng 100 million like the Warriors used to do, 150 nga minsan, you have to pay the NBA the luxury tax of 150 million, which will be divided by the 29 other teams sa liga. So talagang may parity, not only in profit, but lahat, sharing talaga. So a lot of these teams, commissioner kasi, Boss Chera, is their own. Rare are the days where only one owner, like Jerry Bastag, mayari lang Lakers nag-iisa. Ngayon, because of this bang public offering, yung mga ganun, IPO, whatever, meron na mga shareholders. Like for instance, the Milwaukee Bucks, maraming owners, the Dodgers, maraming owners. So some of the NBA teams, like the Boston Celtics, that's been sold recently.
Correct.
And then the owner decided, there's too much payroll here. We cannot commit. Like Jaylen Brown had, people tend to forget na, ano ba trinade? Well, he had $180 million left of guaranteed money ko.
Tama.
Including a balloon payment in the tail end of that contract, which is $65 million.
Plus, Homer, tandaan natin na maraming player, including Jaylen Brown, partner, eligible for another extension. So, iniisip na ng mga owner, pambihira, i-extend na naman natin to, dadagdagan na naman natin ang pera nito. So, yun ang mga rason, mga kapatid, kaya po, hindi, ang mga teams, bagamat napakagagaling ng mga player nila sa team nila, nananalo sila, kailangan pa rin basagin yung lineup na yun sapagkat they have to stay within the tax or they will be called hard cap. Yung hindi ka pwedeng magbayad ng mas mahigit o yung kinukuha mong player dapat pantay na pantay. Marami pong mga rules yan sa kanilang CBA. So again, it's a very complicated matter. The thing that we will say is hindi po to katulad ng PBA na walang iniisip na ganon. Ito po talaga ay napaka-complicated kaya tuloy nawawala ang mga players. So let me go to specifics now, Homer. When you talk about a lot of these players, partner, si Giannis napunta sa Heat. Si Jaylen Brown ngayon nasa Philadelphia na at si Paul George ay nasa Boston. Ito po yung mga big names. LaMelo nasa Timberwolves. Si Ja Morant nasa Portland Trail Blazers. Kawhi nasa Toronto. Si Walker Kessler nasa LA at marami pang iba. Homer, which team do you think actually made improvements from their last season na mga playoff teams? Talaga bang may nag-improve dito? Or
nakatulong ba
itong mga palitan na to?
I would pick Miami so far. Kasi you really have that. Now, Miami was never the same when Jimmy Butler left. They were pieces, bits and pieces. Magaling pa rin si Adebayo. For God's sake, he scored 86 points, di ba? But they were not the same. The Miami Heat has always been known as a team that will defend you. They will handcuff you and they will play hard. Remember, when they went to the finals against the Denver Nuggets, they beat the Celtics on a Game 7 on the road. With Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then look at the starters now. They have 4 Doberman defenders as starters nila. Davion Mitchell, you have Adebayo, Giannis, and then Bobby Portis.
And Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins pa.
Yeah.
And yes, Andrew Wiggins. He would presumably come off the bench, but he's also a very good defender from the Golden State Warriors back in the day. So para sa akin, in terms of improving talaga the roster, like for instance, the Toronto Raptors are not significantly better. Magaling na sila with Barnes over there and their young players. Kai is just an enhancement. Pero Miami talaga, it's a culture change. It's a change of dynamics sa offensa mo. The defense is getting stronger. Again, Stephen A. Smith had a good point yesterday, and it might be bordering on racism, pero sabi niya, never in my history of covering the NBA, 3 white dudes leading you to a championship. Diba? So you need, Kessler, Reeves, and Luka Doncic, which by the way, the Lakers have committed $475 million in guaranteed salary among those three players.
Alam mo, 73% of their cap.
Nandun na.
50% ang 30% ang kay Luka, 25 is committed to Reeves, and
Yes.
18% is committed to Walker Kessler. 73% ng kanilang cap na kay sa Big Three.
Sige, before we go to the Lakers at saka kung bakit umalis si
Jaylen Brown.
Tsaka si LeBron.
Si LeBron,
Diba?
yeah.
Definitely, dahil 73%. But I want to go back to Miami. They now have a very good defensive team. Pero losing initially Robinson with the first trade before, and now with Tyler Hero, hindi kaya nabawasan ng kanilang offensive
And of course, the roster, parang
Yeah.
kulang na yan. Wala na masyadong pieces dyan.
what do you think, Homer?
Yes, that's where totoo yan. Duncan Robinson was very good. One of the reasons why ang Detroit biglang gumaling because they have that 3-and-D defender. And then Tyler Hero was a Mr. Basketball in the great state of Wisconsin before siya nag-professional. So he was really their leading scorer and the best three-point shooter during his time sa Miami. So tama ka, Boss Jera. There is a problem on shooting. But ang importante kasi dyan, it's like having a car. You already have your engine. So ang pinaka-importante yung engine. Then you can always worry about the side mirror. Can always worry about the wiper later on. Pero ang importante, nandoon yon. Nandoon yung ano mo. So, and then with Pat Riley and Coach Postrosa, I think they will find those holes. They will find those shooters to surround Giannis. So, kasi as presently constituted, tama siya, only Wiggins can shoot. None of those could shoot. Bobby Portis is, on the best day, he's like a 42% shooter from the field. Giannis, alam naman natin, hindi nga nagpi-free throw minsan yan eh. Adebayo is not the best free throw shooter either. So, kailangan nila na shooter, but trusting Miami to figure it out.
Yeah, well, let's go to the Lakers. Nabanggit mo yan. And LeBron James, can you imagine, partner? Now that he's 42, nung bata siya, he was the talk of the town kung saan siya pupunta. He had many free agency decisions that he made, and it was always the talk of the town. Hanggang ngayon, at age 42, he is still the talk of the town in free agency. Homer, what is the latest? Where do you think will LeBron be landing? At sino nanliligaw kay The King?
I saw a podcast yesterday with Max Kellerman and Rich Paul, yung agent ni LeBron, and they had this famous whiteboard na talaga si LeBron, he is considering all teams and then what they can bring to him. For instance, pakita ko sa inyo, Dallas. Ang nilagay niya sa Dallas, oil. Kasi LeBron's a businessman. Maraming oils doon. So, lagay niya oil, golf, because it's Dallas, it's golf-friendly weather, and then GM, kasi kaibigan niya yung GM. Tapos naman sa Warriors, that's in Santa Clara. That's in San Francisco.
Malapit.
So, nilagay din doon the best outdoor, indoor golf. And then, Silicon Valley is just there. So, but if LeBron really wants to, ayaw niya sa Cleveland by the way, let's just put
Talaga?
it off now.
Ayaw na niya sa Cleveland?
Yes, because sabi ng coach is, with no disrespect, but he would have loved if Garland was there instead of James Harden. Kasi Garland was a really good point guard. And nakita naman natin, Harden is really, he passes the ball every Tuesday. So mahirapan sometimes. You need a point guard na talagang facilitate first before, you make a shot. So wala na sa Cleveland si LeBron. To me, really hard to answer with 8-10 teams na talaga may serious contention for a championship. But if I were LeBron, and if he really wants to win, San Antonio's first.
Correct.
He's not me. Kailangan lang, the pieces are there. Nandun na lahat. Basically, all of their players returned. And then you put that senior leadership there instead of, you take out Champagne or whoever late in the game, Castle maybe, you put LeBron there for stability. Or you can even you take away the Aaron Fox and you put Dylan Harper as your point guard and you keep Castle, Vassell, and then Juan Benyama. Oh my God. Hirap talunin yan. But then again, it's hard for a team. Madali natin kausapin, but some of these players meron silang meron din namang type A personality yan lahat eh. They're talking to themselves and pupunta dito si LeBron. All the spotlight's gonna be him. It's gonna be LeBron instead of the San Antonio Spurs. So yun lang, knowing the culture of that team. This team are so selfless and fearless, which sometimes I couldn't say with all honesty na nasa kay LeBron ang trait. So that's my only drawback. But gusto niya. Yes.
Yeah, but let's connect that again with the initial topic a while ago, which is the salary cap. Diba? Sabi mo nga, parang lumalabas, 27% na lang ang naiwan kasama si LeBron doon. Diba?
Kung Lakers.
Kung Lakers.
Kung Lakers.
Now, what would be his asking price in order...
Ito, sasabihin ko sa'yo, partner. Nagsalita na si LeBron. He's willing to get the minimum.
Wow.
Hindi na. Sabi niya, it's not about a money decision anymore. It's about happiness. Yun ang quotation ni LeBron.
Kaya pala golf.
Kaya nga lahat, and of course,
mag-PGA Tour na lang siya.
hindi pa pwede.
Ay, di ba?
Malayo pa sa Steph Curry. But yeah, okay, and let's connect this as a final topic sa NBA before we move on, Homer. We know what happened. Jaylen Brown is with Philly. Paul George is with the Celtics. Ngayon naririnig natin, and this is serious, Shams Charania sa NBA reported that LeBron is considering Philadelphia. What do you think really is the win? I mean, itong naging trade ni Jaylen Brown, what really causes? Ako, happy ako about Philadelphia, but a lot of people are asking, bakit? Diba? Bakit nyo tinrade si Jaylen Brown? What are you hearing, Homer?
Well, number one for Jaylen Brown, commissioner, is, yun na nga, ang laki ng sweldo. And secondly, may mga ugong-ugong na he doesn't really get along well with Jason Tatum, which is weird because they both won a championship together. And then there's also this, alam mo na, yung tinatawag na leaks. I know this well because when Jimmy Butler was a superstar here at the Bulls, mahal-mahal siya, kinupkop. Same thing with Derrick Rose. But when they leave the franchise, that's when the PR team allegedly we leak stories like, alam mo ba, si Jimmy Butler, pag may lilipad kami, like Giannis Antetokounmpo, when he left to Miami, all the stories suddenly came out na every time may flight home, he would be late in the airplane. The team would be waiting for 2 hours. You know, like James Harden when he was in the Rockets. So lumalabas yung mga leaks na about yung mga behaviors ng mga players. So with Jaylen Brown, one of the things that said were, he, lumaki daw ulo. And he's like, when he steps in the room, he always thinks he's the smartest person in the room. So hindi na nakikinig sa mga GM, hindi na nakikinig. That's what's good with Wembanyama kasi nakikinig talaga sa mga coaches, nakikinig kay Popovich. So those are the main reasons. But number one was salary dump. Again, the Celtics are a new ownership. May mga stakeholders marami. They'd rather see, they're at this point, nanalo na kasi, mayroon ng championship. So right now, it's money-making. I remember this because in 1998, when the Bulls intentionally, I say this intentionally because they could have signed, they already signed Pippen before they trade him to the Rockets. They could have signed everybody and Phil Jackson. But Jerry Reinsdorf said, I have a responsibility to my stakeholders. And they told me to cut costs instead of paying for a very expensive championship. So that's the reason. Yeah, Brinlake up yun. That was the reason why.
Well, again, many things about this discussion. Philadelphia and Boston, marami nagsasabi na this was a laban between eye test and advanced analytics. No? Maraming naghihimay nung performance ni Jaylen Brown. He's a guy that brought so many wins sa Boston, but yung iba namang nasa kabilang side, sasabihin, he's only won one series in the last 2 years since nanalo sila ng championship. So many things going on in the NBA. Alam mo, one point na gusto ko as we segue into the next part dito sa ating tanungan kay Homer. Sabi mo, 15-man roster per team, 450 players. So bakit man lang hindi makapasok si Kai Sotto dyan? And talking about Kai Sotto, Homer, ano ba, nasaan ba si Kai Sotto? Bakit hindi nakalaro sa Gilas? He could have been a really important part of this Gilas campaign dito sa New Zealand and Australia.
I do not want to hurt anybody's feelings, but Summer League is SL. So si Kai Sotto, ang SL, naging SM because he was seen at South Mall 2 years ago. So, ito yung ano...
South Mall? Dito?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. I just spoke to his agent representation.
My goodness.
I asked him like, sabi ko, is there a chance? I spoke to Tim Cohn also, Coach Tim, before the game, and Tim Cohn told me like, hey, we'll be happy. By the way, Boss Gerard, the answer to your question, tama si Comnoli. Anybody can, as long as you're in the roster submitted, you can play as long as you inform the technical committee 24 hours before the game. So malagay ka sa roster. So the reason Kai Sotto did not go to the summer sa Gilas, the reason given by his camp was mag-summer league daw. Pero when I announced na hindi na siya mag-summer league, so what's the reason? So tinanong ko kanina ang agent, and then the agent didn't want to go on record and all that stuff. But here's what I was told: na he's there in the Philippines kasi recently married out.
So that's
And-
it. Yun ang rason.
Yes, that's what the reason.
He's
but
not
I'm also
injured.
told by he's not injured.
Oh, yeah,
Remember that last window. Even in that last window, when they said he's recovering, the official reason given was he's recovering. But meanwhile, he was eating doubles at the Hiroshima at the Kushayaga Alpha.
yeah,
So, ang what I was told here talaga behind the scenes, according to my sources sa SBP, it boils down to money. Again, I'm not gonna condemn somebody to ask for
definitely.
money. Yeah. If you think that's your value, that's fine. So I just hope na there would be some common ground moving forward. Kasi this is not sustainable, Com. We really need Kai Soto. Look at last night's game. 19 offensive. We gave up 19 second chance points because they had 8 more offensive rebounds than us.
Absolutely.
The taller player at Australia was New Zealand was 6'11". Kai 7'3". Sanay na sa banggaan. This is not the 19-year-old guy. This is a 24-year-old hard-boned grown adult. Malakas na si Kai. I think he had gained 18 pounds since that NBA G League. So hindi mo na ma-push around to. Hindi na si Kai na pupunta ng international game.
Hindi na patpat.
Oo, hindi na. So that's one of the takeaways that I'm writing a column about, mga silver linings sa game na to. But that was the reason given. Again, Coach Tim Coe na mismo nagsabi, while they were stuck in a flight in Oakland, galing sila Wellington patungong Oakland, and bad weather stuck them at the airport, and I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Tim Coe, and he said, we would have him in a heartbeat. Kung hindi siya matuloy sa Summer League, it's a few hours, we'd fly him here, and but hindi nangyari. Again,
Go ahead.
So Homer,
yes, go ahead.
the reason for Kai not able to play in this window because
Nagsha-shopping.
no, because he's newly married, right? Yun ang sabi.
Yes, enjoying family time with new wife.
Tama
and
naman.
recent wife.
He still plays for Gilas. Alam mo kung bakit?
Bakit?
Nauna yung puso
Bakit?
Nauna yung puso eh. Newly married.
Again, we're not knocking on Kai. I mean, it's his own prerogative to play. There are people who prioritize family over work. Ganun talaga ang buhay eh. But again, nasasayangan tayo. Hindi lang for the Gilas team, but for him.
Yeah.
Because this is a chance for him to actually expose himself at a high level in a grand stage. No? So again, this is not, let's clear it. Hindi po natin binabanatan si Kai. And we fully understand he's prioritizing his family, but nasasayangan tayo for him. No?
And Com, I want to make sure here, and sad to say, because Kai is a full adult, like I said before, he does not make the decision. It's his parents and it's the management of Kai Soto.
And of course, we're hearing about the money part of it. And again, that's another issue because nakausap na natin ng SBP also about that. And they want to treat everybody fairly. So I guess that's again a personal decision on the part of Kai. We're running out of time here. But I want to get a little bit about Mike Phillips, Homer. May mga naririnig din tayo. Of course, he's now with Gilas and he accounted for himself well. But the thing is, ngayon na nakapaglaro na siya, although he has said he will join the PBA draft, do you think that he has his window towards an overseas stint is wide open?
Yes, he's for sure he's eligible. Kasi nakalaro na siya. He can sign with the Japan B-League, which starts in September. He can sign now. Pero I was the one who broke that news. His brother, who happens to be also in his management team, told me na mag-PBA sila. But I don't know if there are contracts signed or handshakes given na, i-drop ka, palagay ka namin sa Gilas, but on this condition, because that was the problem they had with QMB. Ayaw talaga ni QMB magpa-drop sa PBA, so that's why he sought his own credentials or localization status sa FIBA. So to answer your question, it's hard, Commissioner, because the Japan B-League, they pay way so much money than the PBA. In the PBA, kung madrop siya, he will likely be dropped by a low-seeded team. Pwera lang kung number 2 kaya Ginebra holds the rights, right? And even if Ginebra drops him, let's just say, ang maximum kasi ngayon is 420. The PBA doesn't like the term under the table, so ilagay ko na lang na perks and bonuses. So after perks and bonuses, magiging 700 yan. Or 800. Still, it is being dwarfed by the Japan B-League, who makes mga players doon $25,000 to $27,000. Ang mga magagaling nasa 30. So that is a decision for their team to make. Pero para sa akin, I think pupunta yan ng PBA. It's no longer easier. It's not as easy. Nakausap ko lang ngayon. I broke also the news 4 days ago na si Kiefer Rabina was signed by the Golden Raiko Kings, Golden Kings, and they just made it official. Nag-tweet ang team na na-sign nila. And here's the reason why matagal ko na-announce. Mahirap na talaga ngayon. The taxation in Japan as a nation is hard now. Players who are non-citizens, they get taxed up to 51% of their salary, which the team mababawasan, which the team pays. So the team comes to you and say, hey, Comnoli, you're very good. We like you. Boss General, we also like you. But we are paying you this money and then we pay 51% tax. So, liitan na lang natin. So the salaries will no longer be the same. Sabi ng agent na magbabago. So that might be if Mike Phillips realizes na, kung ang sweldo dito, let's just say $12,000, tapos dito ako sa PBA, maka-10 ako after bonuses, PBA na lang ako. Wala pa akong ban. Kasi maban ka pag nagpa-drop ka, tapos hindi ka lalaro, maban ka ng 3 years. So, I think it's a very interesting puzzle for Mike Phillips.
It might be a game changer.
Totoo yan. Maybe that will dry up the market overseas if that is now going to be the case. Let's go to the PBA. Homer, just very quickly. You reported about Gian Mamuyak, you reported about Andre Karakut, and of course Cedric Bearfield. What is the latest on these players? Sila ba ay on the move? What do you think?
Okay, number one, Mamuyak. Mamuyak was making 280,000 pesos a month. Nakausap ko team mismo and then the agent of Mamuyak. 280,000 pesos a month sa contract niya. He played well, naghingi ng increase ng 380,000. Rain or Shine obviously gave a pushback and said, kung ayaw mo dito, okay lang, we love you, just go to Japan, like you said. So, bumaba ang presyo ni Mamuyak to 350, but Rain or Shine can only go as much as 330. So, nandoon sila ngayon. Stalemate pa rin, sabi ng agent ni Mamuyak na si PJ Pelaris na nakausap. Cedric Bearfield. There was an attempt, tumawag ang Converge, San Miguel tumawag ang Blackwater. They reached out to Converge. Kausap ko mismo si Coach Delta Pineda. He doesn't want me to name the players involved, pero they tried to make an offer. They declined kasi ayaw nila pakawalan yung mga players nila. So that's a dead deal.
Okay.
San Miguel denied it, so we're gonna leave it at that. Pero right now nakapirma na nakapirma na siya until December, and then it becomes another vicious cycle na naman sa December.
Sino nakapirma na?
Andrew, extension. Si Bearfield.
Okay, si Bearfield.
Oh, because rather than sitting out and holding his rights like Mikey Williams did, like Jordan Hedding did, wala kang income, so he just signed the extension until December. And then Andre Karakot, they also are in a contract. I do not know the monies, but nakausap ko si Coach Yengyao. He's not handling the negotiation. Ang nag-handle pala ng mga negotiations niya is Caloy Garcia. But they have confidence na eventually masign nila si Karakot. He's not going anywhere.
All right. So mukhang things will remain as it is, at least at the opening of the Governor's Cup, and that should make Rain or Shine fans happy.
Yeah.
At the mga Bearfield fans happy. So much happening in the PBA, in the NBA, and in international basketball, Homer. We hope that you can keep us updated with your reporting. Maraming tumututok sa'yo. Of course, marami ka rin mga ganyan talaga pag sikat na, partner? But again, thank you so much for reporting all of these things, and we continue to follow you in your account. Maraming salamat, Homer, for your time this morning.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Homer.
guys. Thank you. Good morning. A pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Kaibigan ng ating po kaibigan, sports columnist ng spin.ph, and a former parang editor ng isang sa US sa NBA, si Homer Sayson, live from Chicago. Kita mo partner, nakakahilo, di ba? Ang daming nangyayari. But ang pinaka-importante dito, makikita mo yung galawan sa basketball, yan ang nagpapasigla eh.
Exactly.
Di ba? Nagpapasigla. At
Masyado ng rain or shine. Dahil, di ba, after a very good showing doon sa last conference, di ba? Parang ang drama dyan, wawasakin mo ba yan?
Oo.
Di ba?
Sayang naman. Pero alam naman si Coach Yengia, wala siyang pakialam dyan. Kung ayaw mo maglaro sa akin, ayoko rin sa'yo.
Kung ayaw mo, wag mo.
Wag mo. Ganyan ang attitude niya. And you can see, hindi sila lumalampas. Alam mo, parang yan din si Alaska eh. Nung alawang Alaska, sinasabi, ito lang ang bibigay ko sa'yo. Bakit yung iba nabibigyan ka ng mas mataas? Ito na ang pinaka-maximum Kaya nakakapagtaka. But again, that's where a true GM comes in. Kung talagang marunong kang sa NBA na ipasok sa rules. Dito naman, ang GM dito, basta malakas ka sa mga bossing, nakakalusot ka. Kaya, again, these are different circumstances, but hopefully the excitement continues and of course the narratives continue during the off-season. Alright, mga kaibigan, we'll take a quick break, pero bago po yan, isa munang paalala mula sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance. Monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card. Subscribe to the latest Giga promos. Monitor your data consumption. Auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network. One-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today! Sa amin pong pagbabalik, pag-uusapan natin ang patuloy na saga ng volleyball sa Pilipinas. Yung pong issue sa Philippine National Volleyball Federation. Dito po sa Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Go. Ang oras po natin, 8:47 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima at ng M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay!
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Sa totoo, True FM sa 105.9. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Fujidenzo believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fujidenzo? Just like families and companies trusting Fujidenzo, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD inverter appliances. Fujidenzo, quality above all. Upgrade your home. Upgrade your
sa ating programa po ngayong Sabado ng umaga. Again, binabati po natin lahat ng ating mga kaibigan dyan po sa Lipa City, Batangas. Nakapaglaro tayo ng isang araw dyan sa Malarayat Golf. Kasama po natin yung barkada natin mga tiga Ateneo Golfers at sa quarterly tournament. And of course, yung pong ating naging host, si Ginoong Kokoy Vera Perez. Naku, ang ganda naman ng kanyang tahanan dyan po sa Lipa, na siya naman ang nag-host sa atin sa pananghalian. Ang ating pong ibang host dyan, si Jet Parma at saka si Boboy Ringler. Naku, maraming salamat dun sa ating Ateneo High School Batch 80 at saka College Batch 80 po.
Alam nyo, nakikwento na sa akin ni partner yung naglaro sa Malarayat. At nakita ko doon sa perfect drive na pinost.
Uy, salamat. Andeng.
Flores. Abay, alam nyo natatakot na rin ako dito sa aking partner. Kaya minsan parang kapag niyayaya ako maglaro ng golf, baka lampasuhin na ako dito. At napakaganda ang kanyang laro sa Malarayat. Kulang na lang mag below 80 ang score niya. Nag-double na lang sa dulo
Below 80 ka? Again, salamat.
Nice game.
Maraming salamat, partner. And of course, ang ating mga kaibigan sa Pangasinan, kailangan natin
syempre.
Hindi makakalimutan yung mga yan.
Masantos na yan. Maabig ya kabusan sa kayo namin. Dita nadlinggayin Pangasinan, tan interong Pangasinan. At syempre, pagka sinabi kong Pangasinan at Pangasinense, ang palaging masugid na nanonood sa atin tuwing linggo sa replay ay walang iba kung si Manong Al Mendoza. Nakakagaling lang sa Cebu.
Siyempre naman. Diba?
Manong Al, kamusta?
Manong Al, kamusta ulit? At Sabado ngayon, pero mapapanood mo ito bukas. Kasi minsan linggo nanonood yan
nga pala. At saka, get well soon. Isa pang kasabayan ni Manong Alto, nalaman ko lang, just right after nung program natin last week, na si Reka Trinidad is recovering.
Yung ating kaibigan si Reka, dating sports
from pneumonia.
Columnist, of course.
Idol ko yan. Alam ninyo, kung maikwento ko lang konti. No?
Yes, of course.
Yang si Manong Al Mendoza at saka si Manong Reka, yung medyo malalakas pa sila at ako'y batang reporter pa lang yan. Nakakalaro ko ng basketball yan.
Aba?
Oo.
Magaling yan.
Oo, magaling talaga, mga magugulang lahat.
Magugulang talaga yan.
Magugulang maglaro yan mga yan. But those were the days. Pagaling ka, Manong Reka.
Yun ang mga heavy hitters. Alam mo, yun ang sinasabi ko nga. Alam niyo po, nung panahon ko sa PBA, yan ang mga talagang kolumnista. Manong Al, sila Ding Marcelo, sila Reka Trinidad,
Eddie Alinea.
Yan po mga veterano. At nung araw, miski anong pula sa akin, ako okay sapagkat ganun talaga Pag ikaw ang nasa pwesto, tanggapin mo ang pula dahil ayaw ka naman nilang pasamain Gusto lang nila mapapaganda yung PBA. Kaya sana po ganun din na maging ang attitude ng mga namumuno sa PBA. Alam niyo po, hindi kayo lahat, hindi perfecto, hindi ho ninyo alam lahat ang kaganapan. Kaya easy lang. Sama-sama naman tayong gusto natin mapaganda lahat po ang sports. And talking about sports, partner, hindi pa natin napag-uusapan. Sabi nga natin at the top of the coverage, dapat matuto ka sa iyong pagkatalo.
Yes.
Yan ang mas mahalaga. Kasi, bagamat ako may saying, winning is everything. Ako talaga naniniwala. Ba't ka naman lalaro sa sports kung
talo lang ka lang.
Kung ayaw mo manalo, di ba? Talagang winning is everything. But, hindi kaya. It's impossible, di ba? Kahit na the greats, kahit paano natatalo. But what's more important, pag natalo, matuto ka sa pagkatalo. Ganyan po ang nangyari sa ating pinagmamalaking si Alex Ayala, mga kapatid, kung saan siya po ay on a historic run again dyan po sa isa sa mga top 4 tournaments in the world, a Grand Slam sa Wimbledon Championships or the Championships of Wimbledon sa London, na ginaganap po sa London yan. And right now, she's already in round 3. Wala pa pong Pilipina na nakapaglaro sa third round ng isang Grand Slam tournament. Si Alex po ang kauna-unahang.
Pati yata sa first round na nanalo
Wala rin. Tuloy-tuloy yun. Tuloy-tuloy ang kanyang record setting dito sa Wimbledon, partner. And of course, ang tinalo niya nung kahuli-hulihan niya laro, yung naging napakasakit na tumalo sa kanya
Sa Eastbourne.
last year sa Eastbourne Finals. Kung saan
Finals yun, ha?
4 na championship point yun, partner. She would have won sana her first WTA na 250 tournament. Pero sa sinamang palad, nasulot pa. Nasulot pa.
Parang gilas, ha?
Parang exactly. Kaya nga yun ang ating pinag-uusapan kanina di ba? And yet, dito po sa laban niya against Maya Joint, ito pong tiga Australia, na medyo inaalat din ang laro nito she had a parang 12-match losing streak.
Yeah.
Hanggang tinalo niya si Serena Williams doon sa kanyang first round match, no? Na talagang gulat na gulat din siya. Setting up this match against Alex.
Yeah.
And alam naman natin na minsan naaalala ng isang player yung huli mong laban So ang tanong lang dyan, how do you react? And again, inunahan siya ni Maya Joint. Nanalo si Maya Joint nung first set.
Talaga, inupakan.
Ang gaganda ng palo, down the line, right on the lines. She was hitting cross-court winners. Ang ganda ng service games niya. And Alex seemed to be a little confused, a little kulang sa aggression, and kulang sa confident hitting. Pero nung second set, nung nakuha na niya yung timing niya, nakuha niya yung pace at saka yung court management. Plus, mukha namang talagang napagod din yung Maya Joint at medyo na-pressure na rin. Nakikita mo na yung kanyang body language. Nag-iba. Abay, tinalo po ni Alex si Maya Joint, overcoming that loss last year. Two straight sets. At yung third set, bagel, yung 0, hindi nakakuha ng isang game, yung Maya Joint.
Kaya ang ganda nga nung headline nun di ba?
Paano?
Ayala smokes joint.
Naku! In the grass.
In the grass.
Nakita ko rin yung yung headline na yan.
At saka wala akong endorsement to. Pero para nakakatawa rin Dahil ang sponsor kasi ni Alex Ayala is Globe. Yung GCash nanalo sa Maya.
Wala po yan.
Biro lang po yan. Biro lang yan.
Pero again, the lessons learned, yung sinasabi natin, hindi pwedeng manalo all the time. But if you learn from those lessons, talaga naman pong, yun ang mas valuable sa isang player.
Sa next game.
Ito, next game. Mamayang gabi po, ang laban ni Alex Ayala muli. At ang kanyang makakalaban in the third round, or ito na po yung round of 32, ay ang former world number 1, currently world number 3, and the defending Wimbledon champion, si Iga Swiatek ng Poland. Natatandaan po natin itong si Iga Swiatek. Yan po ang isa sa mga na-conquer ni Alex en route to her historic and breakthrough run sa Miami last year, noong pong Marso, sa Miami Open. Yun po yung nakapag-semifinals siya at tinalo niya si Swiatek, tinalo niya si Ostapenko, tinalo niya yung mga malalaking player. Patuloy po sa semifinals. And siya po makakaharap muli ni Alex Ayala mamaya sa round of 32 sa Wimbledon. And again, partner, a huge match para kay Alex mamaya ito.
But clearly, if you were able to watch the games of Alex, vastly improved siya.
Napakalaki. Ang laki ng pinagbago.
Ang laki ng pinagbago.
Ito po, and I am reporting this, ito po unang beses inyong maririnig. Kahapon, kausap po na, kapalitan natin ng message ang ama ni Alex Ayala na si Mike Ayala at ang ito mga kanyang sinabi patungo sa susunod na laban ni Alex Ayala ngayong araw pong ito. Sabi niya, Alex is feeling good. Alam mo, sabi ko, tinanong ko, kamusta? How is she? She's feeling good with 13 grass court matches this season on the green surface. And with this already historic run of getting to the third round of the championship at Wimbledon. Malaking bagay ito para sa kanya, sabi niya, Pero sabi ko, hindi pa siya, paano siya naghahanda? Sabi niya, pareho lang. It is very clear that we are the underdog as Iga is a multiple Grand Slam champion. But Alex is preparing for this match like any other match. Ito sinasabi niya. Same routines. Easy night. Yon, madali yung, kumbaga, walang stress. Siguro nanood lang ito ng Netflix. Parang gano'n. Good rest. Maaga natulog. Siguro hindi nagkaraoke dito si Mike doon sa bahay nila o sa hotel para makatulog yung anak niya. Masarap na breakfast. Ayan, ha? Hindi naman nagluluto to, si Mike. Yung si Risa, baka pwede pa. Pero nasa hotel eh. And then, pre-match warm-up, injury prevention, mobility exercises, and on-court warm-up. Yan ang gagawin ni Alex today. Sabi niya, of course, she and her coach will have a chat about a few things to remember during the match, but that's about it, sabi niya. So, again, nothing special. So sabi ko, hindi pa siya napipressure. Paano pa siya nagko-cope? Sabi niya, in terms of coping, tandaan ninyo, Alex has been playing tennis since she was 4 years old. Sabi niya ganun, 4 years old. And said, she has been in the limelight since she was a junior in her junior tennis days. So sabi niya, of course, it is only now that the fan base and attention has been growing more and more. But at a young age, sabi niya, she was always able to compartmentalize. So, hinihiwalay po ni Alex yung mga laro sa kanyang buhay. Ang galing daw doon po ni Alex. And remain very, very grounded. Hindi siya nagpapabaya. But personally, the most important way she is able to move forward is always having good people around her. Yan po sinasabi ng tatay ni Alex Ayala na si Mike. And again, alam ko talagang sila hindi nila social media si Alex, hindi nila pinapabasa yung mga negative news. Kaya wag na po kayong magtangka. Wala rin yan. Hindi po binabasa yan ni Alex Ayala. Alright. And sabi niya, and ang message niya to the fans, ito lang po mula sa tatay ni Alex Ayala na si Mike. We are truly honored and full of gratitude for the way you have embraced Alex and her journey. So to all the lolos and lolas, tayo yan. Hindi pala ako lolo, tito lang ako. Doon pa lang tayo sa tito. Dito pa lang. Titos and titas, ayan. Ikaw na yan.
Tita.
Ates and kuyas. Yan, sila Kuya Santi yan. In the Philippines and abroad, maraming salamat po mula kay Mike Ayala, ang ama ni Alex Ayala. Yan po ang mensahe na sabi niya, Insan, pakisabi mo naman para lang Kaya po, again, nagpapasalamat po ang buong angkan ng Ayala, lalong-lalo ng pamilya po ni Alex, si Mike and si Risa, and of course si Miko, ang kanyang kapatid, sa inyo po suporta. Pagdasal po natin ang ating kababayan mamaya, partner. Game time mamaya against Igas Viantec. Tinitingnan ko pa nga kung anong order of play. Mukhang malalaman natin mamaya-maya yan kung ano magiging order of play ni Alex. Ito tingnan natin. Ito mukhang meron ng schedule Wala pa.
Tabayanan na lang natin.
At tabayanan po natin mamaya yan. Again, magandang laban ito. Hopefully, lumabas uli ang laro ni Alex mamaya at hindi siya masyadong ma-excite. Alam mo naman yung batang yan, minsan na-excite
No, ang middle initial niya kasi is P.
P? Bakit
pressure?
Yeah. She eats pressure for breakfast.
She eats pressure for
alright, mga kapatid. So, alright, habang iniintay po natin ang ating pong magiging bisita, syempre, kailangan po nating silipin ang mga pop culture at viral video sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng video natin ngayong umagang ito ay Her Story. Aba? Wow. Her Story. Again, ito po, pinag-uusapan natin si Alex. Making history with every step on the court. Tuloy-tuloy ang groundbreaking at crowd-electrifying run ni Alex Ayala sa Wimbledon Championships. Kasunod yan ng revenge win niya kontra Maya Joint. Panoorin nga natin yung video natin. Yan. Yun! Yan ang pagkapanalo na niya Maya Joint para makausad sa third round, mga kapatid. Ang next obstacle, of course, kontra kay defending champion Igas Viantec ng Poland na dati na ring tinalo ng ating superstar. Vamos, Alex! Ikaw rin ang aming Stop and Pop. Sa mga nagtatanong, this will be the third time na magtatagpo sila. Tinalo ni Alex sa Miami. This year, natalo si Alex sa Madrid Open sa clay court. Pero doon po sa Madrid Open, natalo siya. Bagamat natalo siya doon, nakakuha siya ng first set. Muntik na naman. Muntik na naman. And of course, ito po ang ikatlong meeting nila in another surface, grass court. So, again, abangan po natin mamayang gabi yan. At ipagdasal po natin ang ating pinagmamalaking si Alex Ayala. Alright, we will take a quick break sa amin po. Uy, bago tayo mag-break, syempre paalala po sa mga nag-aabang doon sa Joyride Top-Up promo natin. Patuloy po namimigay ng premyo ang Joyride Super App dito po sa Power and Play, sa Joyride Top-Up promo sa Power and Play. Mananalo kayo ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits. Napakasimple lamang po. I-download ang latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot ang app's home screen. Ipadala ang screenshot via PM sa Power and Play FB page. Kasama po ng inyong buong pangalan and registered Joyride mobile number. At kami po ipipili ng 5 mananalo ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits na inyo po magagamit sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, at ng Joyride Super Taxi Airport Edition. Lahat po yan mula sa Joyride Super App. Alright, we will take a quick break. Sa amin pong pagbabalik, ang bagong import ng TNT Tropang 5G, The Man. He is not only in the night, he's also during the day. Darius Days on Power and Play. Hatid po sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, N Plus Gold, at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 9:08 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima and by M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple. Smart ako.
Maraming salamat po dahil saan man ang True FM. Naroon din kayo sa 105.9 na tayo. Dito tayo sa totoo.
beautiful Saturday morning, second hour of the show. And of course, before we bring in our next guest, pasalamatan po muna natin ang ating lahat ng mga tagapagtaguyod po ng Power and Play. We are going on our 9th year, the longest running sports weekly show dito po sa ating bansa. Ngayon ang Power and Play. Now on our 9th year. And again, we thank the Lord for all of that. And of course, kayong po lahat ng mga masugid naming tagapakinig at tagapanood. And of course, our sponsors. Unahin ko na po, of course, ang Cherry Loom. Ang yerong may aluminum sa ganitong pabago-bago ang panahon, mga kapatid. Sobrang init, tapos biglang ulan. Kailangan natin na matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ng bubong ay yerong may aluminum kapag may aluminum chuck na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum.
Thank you!
Mileage Asia Corporation, roofing the nation with Cherry Loom, galvanizing the industry with Sumo brand GI sheets.
Thank you!
Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Kapag komportable ang biyahe, ang sarap mag-long trip at iyan ang hatid ng Photon vans tulad ng Photon Trans Vans, Photon Traveler at Photon Tuano 15-seater at Photon Tuano Executive 11-seater. Turbo diesel ang makina, walang bitin sa lakas at hatak. Merong manual and automatic transmission, pang negosyo, pang barkada at pang pamilya. Merong 5-year or 150-kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Pumunta o tumawag lamang sa pinakamalapit na Photon dealership sa inyong lugar.
Thank you!
Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Cherry Auto Philippines has given motorists yet another reason to switch to its 7-seater all-new Tigo REV Luxury Edition SUV. The all-new Tigo REV LE has posted a best-in-class fuel efficiency rating of 84.28 kilometers per liter gasoline equivalent following a fuel eco run conducted by the DOE in 2025. According to the DOE test results, the Tigo hybrid, diesel, and gasoline categories. The Tigo REV LE has a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. It offers a combined electric and hybrid driving range of up to 1,400 kilometers on a full tank and charge. The model also comes equipped with multiple safety and driver assistance features, including advanced driver assistance systems, adaptive cruise control, and a 540-degree camera system. Own a 7-seater Cherry Tigo REV LE starting at 1.578 million pesos, and visit your nearest Cherry Auto Philippines dealership and book a test drive today.
Thank you!
Joyride ang inyong bagong kasundo. Bawat lakad, bawat biyahe may Joyride na para sa iyo. Joyride MC Taxi para sa mabilisang solo rides. Joyride Car para sa komportable at affordable na car rides. Joyride Taxi Cab para sa convenient meter rides. At Joyride Super Taxi Airport Transfer para sa hassle-free airport trips nyo. Always safe at affordable, mag-book ng mga kasundo. Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo.
Thank you!
M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay. Game on. Hydrate right with M2 Veggie Drink. Packed with natural electrolytes from malunggay, okra, and ginger. It's gulay power in every sip, and yes, it's surprisingly delicious. Trusted by moms, loved by kids, perfect for school days, play days, and every day. Available at leading supermarkets and drugstores nationwide. Drink your gulay, mag M2 Veggie Drink na. Follow M2's social media accounts for more updates, promos, and healthy tips.
Thank you!
N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal. May bago tayong teammates sa Power and Play, ang N Plus Gold Adult Nutritional Powder Drink. Para sa bawat laman, powered ka with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D3, essential nutrients for mobility and bone strength, at soy protein to support muscle development. N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Thank you!
Ultima Vitamins and Minerals with Ginseng Food Supplement. Korean Panax Ginseng Ultima.
Thank you!
Skin your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills San Juan. Skin
You!
and Smart, live more today.
you.
Maraming salamat po
you.
sa lahat ng ating mga sponsors. Partner,
Yep.
malapit na magsimula ang Governor's Cup.
Yun,
PBA. I
yep.
think in a few, kailan ba, Santi? Kailan ba simula ng PBA? Parang
Alam ko July eh.
July. I know it's about
third week of July,
early next week yata.
Yeah.
O kung this Sunday or next week, no? But anyway, it's coming. And obviously, again, the feature story will be the imports that are coming in.
Correct.
Ang ganda. We had some exciting and highly skilled imports in the Commissioner's Cup. Of course, that was led by Justin Brownlee, who is making a return again sa Governor's Cup.
and there was also Manut Bol, and many, many more players. And now, another slew of very interesting
comebacking imports and new imports. Yeah.
And right now, we have one of them with us in the show so that we can learn more about him and, of course, his thoughts about playing in the PBA. The man tapped to reinforce TNT Tropang 5G for the PBA Governors Cup, no other than Darius Days. Hello, Darius. Welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Good morning, Darius.
My name is Com Nolly. I used to be the PBA commissioner, and this is Sir Jera Sayson, one of the top PR guys in the Philippines, and we're very happy to have you on one of our longest running sports show in the Philippines. Darius, first of all, what is about TNT and the PBA that convinced you that this was the right opportunity in your next chapter of your career?
I was before I was already out here. I enjoyed my time out here. I loved it. I love the coaching staff. I love the team, my teammates. It's a really good organization, and they make you feel like you're family. And the coaching staff and the front office, they're like teachers. And when I first came here, I was a little bit young. I'm 2 years older now, so I kind of know what it comes with. But just being a student of the game and just soaking everything up, day by day, and trying to understand the culture. In the Philippines, basketball is it's a really big culture. And I'm just trying to, immerse myself inside the culture and, meet with the fans and, show some love to the fans and, all the TNT fans.
And of course, the team that you're joining is a really good team. It just came off a final stint in the PBA. It's got terrific history. It's got a terrific fan base. What do you think about your team right now?
I really love my team. I've been here for 2 days. I'm really enjoying. We have practice. I'm really enjoying the team. And we may have a couple injuries, but all our guys are getting back healthy. Like you said, they've been winning championship after championship after championship. My job right now is just try to come in and help. Put another banner up. Not trying to come here and overstep. The guys already have that winning, championship mentality. I'm just trying to add on to that and, try to put up another championship.
Partner?
Yeah, you played for the Houston Rockets before. And after that, you played in numerous tournaments overseas.
All over the world.
Yeah, all over the world. You said a while ago that you already played here, or this is your first time to play in the PBA?
Yes, I would say around 2 years ago, I came to the Philippines. A little bit before Ronde came back. I don't know what was going on with that situation, but I came out here, had a couple practices. I was out here for around almost a month and a half or so, and then I ended up getting the opportunity to go play for the Shanghai Sharks in Australia. And I played a couple games.
So officially, this is your first time to play in this league. Okay.
Yes.
So, what do you expect? What are the things you've heard about the PBA?
Or seen, I guess.
Or you've seen.
Yeah.
Or now you can tell us your experience. What will be your experience?
The things I've seen, I've kept tabs on the league. I know my teammates can get a little bit rowdy, but that's a good thing. I know my teammates will fight for me, and they were, try to protect me and do everything in their power to, help us win and help me have either a good time here or a good game. Things that I've heard, talking to Ron Day, talking to different guys. It's a really good league, very physical, very hard fought games. Nothing is easy. All the teams are really good, well coached, really good organizations. And, this is going to be a good time for me to kind of get situated. And like I said before, understand the culture of PBA basketball and, try to make the best of this opportunity.
Yeah, Darius, you're 26 years old. You're turning 27 this year. So young in your career, but you've been around all over the world. You played with LSU, obviously, but you were born in Florida, and you also had stints in Houston, even with Miami, and even with San Antonio in the summer league, and of course in the NBA G League. You've been all around the world: Canada, Australia, everywhere in Asia. Let me tell us a little bit about you. First of all, where do you get your inspiration? Where did you get your inspiration to play basketball?
Oh man, wow, that's a great question, man. Inspiration. I don't want to give you like the answer that everybody would give. I play basketball because of my family and this, that, and the third. I play basketball because, at one point in time in my life, my younger years, around like 14 or 13, I kind of knew what I wanted to do as a kid. I really don't tell a lot of people this story, but since we're here, I'm just going to talk about it.
Sure.
Just growing up, I feel like I kind of sacrificed my childhood to be the player that I am today. In some areas, I could be much better. Yes, but I play basketball just because I love competing. I love basketball. I love I love the chemistry and the camaraderie of a team that like TNT wins championships. Like they already have that DNA from the coaching staff down. They know how to win. They know how to win close games. So, reason I play basketball is, my competitive nature. This year, during this cup, you're going to see a lot of smiling and a lot of, a person happy to play basketball. That's my main reason of playing basketball. I'm just happy to play basketball. When I'm on the court, I feel like I'm a kid on the court. Like you said, I may be turning 27, but sometimes I still feel like I'm that little young kid just picking up the ball for the first time.
Is that because you mentioned something about not enjoying your childhood? Is that because now you're enjoying your childhood? What happened there? Yeah, what happened there?
I would say, when I say not enjoying my childhood, I'm not saying like anything bad happened. I would just say, I kind of, focused more on basketball and wasn't partying, wasn't kind of enjoying time with my friends and family. I was always off playing basketball. So, seeing my friends, talking to them on the phone from afar, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to this party," or "Oh, we're going to this thing."
Yeah, right.
And I couldn't go because I'm telling them like, "Okay, I got this basketball tournament, or I have a basketball game this weekend. I just can't go." So, that's when I say I kind of sacrificed my childhood to be in the position I am today. Looking back now, like I'm glad I did it. But at the time I was kind of sad because like I couldn't spend time with my friends. But it's time for that, later in life. But I'm happy with I chose and made that decision.
Right.
Oh, okay, Darius, let's go back to your team. 2 days of practice. What are your first you noticed with your teammates in and out of the court, and the coaching staff, particularly Coach Chot Reyes? What are the things, impressions with your teammates and with the coaching staff and with Coach Chot Reyes?
Coach Chot, he's a very serious guy, but I hope everybody knows like he's really funny. Like he's really funny. He loves cracking jokes. He loves making his teammates laugh. But when we're not running something correctly or we're not doing something correctly, he will tell us what we need to do better. He's a teacher first more than anything. That's the main reason I enjoy playing for him. Even though I haven't played a full out season with him, just through practice in the preseason games I played with while I was here, he can definitely flip the switch of being a teacher to a great coach. He's very serious, like I said before, but he's also like very unserious. He loves to have like a little bit of fun. The other day, before we broke out of practice, he was like, all the newcomers, which was just me. He was like, we need you to make a joke. So Yeah, that's the picture right there before we broke out of practice. He said, Darius, we need a joke. And he put me on the spot. I didn't have a joke at all. I was just like,
all right, tell us the joke. Tell us the joke.
Yeah. But, the teammates are still, really cool. It's a couple of guys still there from when I was there. Also it's a lot of new faces as well. Poy's still there.
Yeah.
Stingray's still there. Calvin,
right.
Glenn. A couple other guys are still there. Also on the coaching staff still there. The trainers and stuff are still there. But this is a new team. Like a new import. Rondé is not going to be back until later. Late September or early October. So I'm just here to make sure everything's in good hands when he comes back.
So are you saying that you're just a temporary import? Is that the way it's going here, Darius?
I wouldn't necessarily say a temporary import, but I'm just happy for the opportunity to be here, regardless if I am or I'm not. We haven't got that far yet, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
But at the end of the day,
all right.
I have much respect for Rondé. Everything that he's done for this organization.
Right.
So without him, it's a couple championships may not be up there, but
interesting.
But are
he's played a huge. Say it again.
No, so are you really good friends with RHJ?
Yeah.
Goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I really just met him the last time I was here. He's he's a little bit older than me, so I've never had to be in rooms or talk to him until I got here. And when I got here, he's given me nothing but wisdom and nothing but leadership and kind of telling me about the league. I'm just here. Whatever the organization needs, that's what I'm here for.
Truly a professional.
And, yeah.
For sure. Whatever they need, I will do.
Wow.
If that's the case of I'm temporary, then that may be the case. But if not, I want to be here, and I'm super excited for whatever comes.
Wow, that is so admirable, Darius. I mean, that's the professional attitude that many teams would want, and I guess that's the reason why even at a very young age you have certainly gone a long way. You're known for your versatility, scoring inside, rebounding, stretching the floor. What aspect of your game do you think will TNT appreciate the most, especially knowing the kind of players that they have now, Darius?
Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like, honestly, I was like me just being vocal and talking a little bit more. Like you said before, everybody know I can stretch the floor, offensive rebound the ball, just do the little things and also bring a different element to the team. Like I said, just doing the little things, maybe diving on loose balls, maybe jumping into the crowd to get an extra possession, doing something extra just for the team to win. Taking charges, putting my body on the line for the good of the team. I'm like I said before, they already have the winning qualities and the winning pedigree. So I'm just here to help. That's my job. Just come here, help, and take care of business.
Any concerns about the physicality? That the PBA is known for that. Passion, very passionate play, physical brand of basketball. Is that something that you're prepared? And how is your other stints in the other countries prepared you for this, like Canada, Australia, and even in Japan?
For the, playing in Japan, it was very physical. Also playing in Australia was very physical. It's going to be fun. I love playing, physical. I've been playing, physical all my whole life. So, that's just going to be, something I'm kind of used to. But, first game or two, trying to understand the refs and how they call games and, what I can do and what I can't do. And, just trying to understand the league better. And, we're just going to just go game by game or day by day and just, try to understand the league better. I know it's going to be physical. Like you said, this league is known for physicality and, can't take nothing to the heart of, if it's a hard foul or, if it's a really good foul, it comes with basketball. At the end of the day, we're here to play basketball at the highest level. PBA is one of the highest level. And so, we got to give the fans something to cheer about, or, just the fans something to watch or entertain them. So, sometimes it may get a little scrappy, may get a little, whatever. But, we're here for the fans, and, we're here to win games.
Nice word. Nice word. Scrappy. Without being rough. Darius,
Right.
let us know a little bit about you. I mean, you've been here in the past. Have you seen any of the sites? And is there any favorite site in the Philippines or place that
you wish to go?
Or you wish to go while you're here?
The last time I was here, we were in Cebu. I really enjoyed that. I really want to go to another place in the Philippines. I've never been really around the area, except to the gym. I walk around a little bit, just trying to understand the culture and just trying to immerse myself. And at the end of the day, it's not all about basketball. It's about understanding where you're going. This is a great place. I may be a little bit taller than everybody. They may be looking at me like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" He has to play basketball with. It's super cool. I enjoy, seeing people. They just looking like, "Oh, you're so tall." Like, yeah, like, thank you. But it's a couple places I definitely want to see. I don't necessarily know the name. They just have beautiful waters and beautiful scenery. Right. But eventually, I'm gonna get to.
Well, you come from you were born in Florida, in Gainesville, and obviously the weather there it's a beautiful place. By the way, are you which team do you root for in the NBA? Because you played for LSU, which is in Louisiana, New Orleans. You were born in Florida, but you played with other teams like Houston.
Yeah.
So are you actually rooting for a particular team here, Darius?
Typically, I don't. If my friends are playing for those teams, I'll root for them. They playing against each other, I root for the teams. But at this moment in time, Nas Reed is one of my close friends, one of my best friends, and I guess I'm a Hornets fan now. So, I guess I'm a Hornets fan. I was a Timberwolves fan, now I'm a Hornets fan. So, whatever team he goes, I'm going. But, I'm a Hornets fan.
Oh, Hornets.
I have to admit, I even posted it in my X account. I once proposed Nas Reed as a naturalized player for the Philippines because I actually believe in him. I think he's a great big man for the Philippine team. He can stretch the floor, he can rebound, he can defend the rim. I think he's a great guy, and I really pitch that. Of course, I don't think we can afford him, but if you can say a little bit about that to Nas Reed, who knows? We can get the ball rolling here, Darius.
Definitely. I'll let him know something.
All right. Well, you've had a chance to play with so many great players in your career. Is there any particular player that you enjoyed and you learned from?
Wow. Like I've definitely played with a lot of good guys. It definitely has to be
tough one, huh? With all the names.
We're giving you 5 seconds to answer that question.
5 seconds. Wow.
You can call a friend if you want.
I would say 2.
All right.
I didn't necessarily get to play with him, but I was in training camp with him. But the first would be Fred VanVleet.
Wow.
He kind of taught some of the young guys how to be professional, how to come into training camp, come in, already kind of in shape, be ready to go. The professionalism, everything, how he carries himself, how he comes to the gym early, getting extra shots up after practice or before practice, just little stuff like that. And then also, like I said before, Nas Reed, he kind of taught me at it. Like we kind of went to college together. So we were like 18 and, he kind of taught me different things throughout our college run because he was in college for 1 year. I was in for 4. But, throughout every season, he just dropped gems and just told me to, things I need to do better or how I'm supposed to go about it. Because, like like I was still in college, he was in the NBA. Like just as I'm learning, he's learning, but he was already somewhere I want to be. So, just telling me little things of, how the business is, or how's the games, or how's the physicality of the basketball game, or something like that. But other than that, I feel like those are the main two that kind of stuck out to me over my basketball career.
All right.
But mostly Fred for sure.
Well, Fred VanVleet is a big name. One of the success stories of the NBA, obviously.
Right.
And, to play with him and to learn from him is obviously a big experience for you. Darius, you mentioned that whatever happens to you, whether you are going to be part of the long-term plans of TNT or will be there until maybe RHJ comes in, is all right with you. And again, it shows your professionalism. But is there pressure? Do you consider this a little bit of pressure that you've got to perform until RHJ comes, or even if he does not, then it's like a tryout, so to speak? Is there? Do you handle this, and how do you think there's pressure, and how are you handling this?
Oh, that's a very layered question right there. I would say, just from the fan base outside looking in, they've won this cup the last 3 years in a row, correct? So, that may be a little bit of pressure to kind of perform and kind of win games and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I've been playing basketball my whole life. If I go out there and perform the way I'm supposed to perform, I have a great team cast with me. Like I said before, like they've been here. They know how to win games with or without me. And at the end of the day, we have to win games, regardless if I have pressure or, Calvin has pressure or Stingray has pressure or whoever has pressure. At the end of the day, we have to win games. And, like I said before, continue trying to bring another championship back. Also being a tryout, at the end of the day, I have to perform. If I stay here, if I don't, I have to perform for other teams, even if not in the PBA, other places. I just have to continue playing basketball at the best of my ability, and produce and go out there and have fun. If you're just having fun, there would be no pressure. Right. But at the end of the day, regardless if I'm performing or not, we have to win.
Well, hats off to you.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive, admirable, your professionalism, your dedication to your craft, and obviously now your love for the Philippines. That's something that will certainly make people embrace you here.
And true to form with Darius Days, he's been always saying at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, because
at the end of the day,
hopefully your days don't end very quickly, because we look forward to seeing you in the PBA. Congrats, Darius. Good luck. Enjoy the PBA, and we'll see you in the games.
Looking forward to see you in the games.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate you. Shout out to the TNT fans, and like I said before, I thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Days, the incoming import of the Tropang 5G. Well, again, at least he's very honest. Sabi niya, kung siya man ang maging import nila all the way, or hanggang dumating lang si RHJ in September. I'm okay with it. Sabi niya, I will play and I will bubuhos daw niya lahat. So again, that's very impressive.
And then, it's also a window for opportunity for other clubs to see him. Di ba? Magaling pala to. Sayang kaso pinalitan ni RHJ. Pwede siyang kunin na ibang clubs.
Well, again, may mga rule naman ng PBA na pwede siyang nandoon, miski dumating yung kapalit niya, kung sino man yan, at reactivate ulit siya. There is a rule in the PBA that can happen. So, we're wishing him luck, and we certainly are looking forward sa kanyang mga laro sa PBA. Governor's Cup na magsisimula na po very, very soon. Talking about simula, ang laro po ni Alex Ayala ay mamayang gabi, alas 8:30. And take this, siya po ay kalaban ni Igas Viantec sa center court ng Wimbledon, mga kapatid. Center court ng Wimbledon. Mamaya ang laro, siya ang unang match, 8:30 ng gabi, sa center court ng Wimbledon. Pambihira, partner.
Iba.
You can, alam mo, nabanggit sa akin yan ni Alex mismo. Yun daw, pagpasok mo lang pa doon, talagang mamamangha ka. You will be in awe. At ang talaga daw, iba ang pakiramdam doon lang being around that stadium. It's just unimaginable para sa ating mga mortals, partner.
Kumbaga sa golf yan yung parang yan sa The Masters.
The Masters,
Augusta.
Parang
Augusta. Parang
makikita mo, ito ba yun, di ba?
The Mecca of tennis.
Yung kumbaga, yung damo doon, bawal tapakan, partner. Sa totoo lang hindi daw sila pwede magpa-picture doon nung last year nung nandun sila. Hindi sila pwedeng tumapak sa damo ng Wimbledon. Unbelievable. Kaya, again, pagdasal po natin si Alex mamaya, 8:30 ng gabi, center court ng Wimbledon Championship versus world number 3 and the defending champion, Iga Świątek ng Poland. Alright! At this point, mga kaibigan, sumilip muna tayo sa ilang bagay-bagay, moments in sports this week in sports history.
July 1, 1904 or 122 years ago, nag-host ang Olympics sa pinakaunang pagkakataon ang Amerika. Ginanap yan sa St. Louis at ito rin ang pinakaunang Olympic Games sa labas ng Europa. Nag-debut ito ang sports na boxing, decathlon at freestyle wrestling. Sa 2028, muling babalik sa Amerika ang quadrennial meet sa 2028 Los Angeles Games. America hosts Olympics for the first time this week in sports history.
And that is a perfect segue, mga kapatid, sa ating susunod na bisita. Dahil pinag-uusapan natin na ang Olympics, syempre, ang dapat natin makausap, ang mismong taong naghahanda ng ating Philippine sports para sa susunod na Olimpiada at sa marami pang mga laban. Pero syempre may pag-uusapan tayo tungkol sa mundo ng volleyball dito po sa In the Spotlight. Nasa spotlight ngayong linggo si Philippine Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino upang talakayin ang mga recent developments ng PNVF at ang iba pang mga developments sa Philippine sports. Magandang umaga po, President Bambol.
Good morning!
Hi, good morning, boss.
Ay, wala pang audio si Mayor. Mayor? Siguro, tingnan na, makuha natin.
Yeah, good morning.
Ayun!
Magandang umaga po sa inyong dalawa, both of you. Mabuhay po kayo.
Mabuhay po kayo, Mayor Bambol, at thank you for giving us the time. Gusto natin pong dumiretso dito. Alam mo, last week kasi, Mayor, napag-usapan dito yung official suspension na ng PNVF ng Philippine Olympic Committee na ginanap po ninyo, pinataw nyo po noong June 24 following the FIVB's lead. No? Yun nga po yung ginawa ng FIVB. The POC declared and you also declared yung invalidation nung recent election na naganap sa FIVB. Well, first of all, ang tanong ko, President Bambol, is ano ba ho ang epekto nitong suspension na to sa Philippine volleyball?
Well, based on our bylaws sa POC, we just follow the suspension of the FIVB, no? So, sinundan dahil sinuspend na sila, alam nga namang hindi suspend ng NOC, ng POC. If they will expel, ganun din. So, since they were suspended, mandatory sa amin yun. Suspend din namin dahil hindi na sila kinikilala or under suspension. But, meron namang meron namang time frame yan to fix everything, no? To lift the suspension. So I think na napadala na sila ng letter ng IF on how their suspension will be lifted, no? So ganun din sa part namin. Iniingatan lang namin na kaya namin sinuspend, and automatic yun pag sinuspend, the caretaker for the nationals will be the Philippine Olympic Committee. Kaya kami muna yung hawak dun sa in the absence. In the absence. Nung kahit may ad hoc sila, the ad hoc cannot walang personality sa local natin, di ba?
Okay.
So there should be one. So automatic yun. Lagi naman ganun eh. Lagi naman POC ang caretaker, especially if there will be a big tournament like Asian Games. Okay? So, kailangan maalagaan pa rin yung mga atleta, sino yung national team, sino yung padadala, sino yung coaches, yung participation, yung training, of course. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy. But, yung course na yon, yung in between that period, anytime, any day, pwede nang malift yan ng IF. So, balik uli sa kanila yan. Di ba? Balik uli sa kanila. I-turn over uli namin sa kanila yan.
Taong bahay
basta
lang kayo.
Yes. Basta natapos lang. In case na hindi matapos, ay dire-diretso yung taong bahay. Di ba? Alangan namang yung sino magpapasweldo. Kanino i-course ng PSC. Di ba? So,
funding. Tama.
Correct. So, ganun yun. Pero hopefully, we're all praying na tatapusin namin.
Alright.
Tatapusin namin to. Hindi naman pwedeng patagalin na ang dami namin ginagawa. Hindi naman pwedeng kami yung laging...
Isang NSA lang yan.
Ang dami pang inaalagaan ng POC.
Pero Mayor Bambol, no? Getting from your statement na kayo ang caretaker in preparation for the Asian Games, siyempre, wala na yung liderato ngayon ng PNVF, no? Pero, sino ang pinakikinggan ninyo as far as selecting the players of the national team, the training, sino yung mga coaches, di ba?
Yeah, we already announced the appointment of the two coaches. So, it's up. Pag nabalik namin sa kanila yan, pag na-lift yung suspension, it's up to them. So, kung babaguhin ba nila yung lineup, babaguhin ba nila yung coaches or what. So, ano na yun, sila na magpaliwanag sa taong bayan noon, bakit nila pinago or what. Diba? So, yun yung ano doon. Di ba? So, that's different story. Pero, sa ngayon, maganda na yung starting ano natin, di ba? We're just waiting for all those commercials. Pagagamit ba talaga nila?
Yun.
Di ba? So, that's another explanation kung hindi nila pagagamit.
Correct.
So, di ba?
Explain nila yun.
Actually, Mayor,
hindi na sa amin.
Sana ako
bakit tayo niyo pahiram yan?
Doon sana ako papunta eh. Kaso sinabi niyo na.
Tama.
Para lang yan,
Anong kapangyarihan ng POC pag nangyari yan? Kunyari, biglang
ayaw
gano'n
magpagamit.
Ayaw paggamit. Anong gagawin ng POC, Mayor?
Well, yun nga sinabi ko, sa taong bayan na sila magpaliwanag niyan.
Okay. Mananagot sila.
Okay. Mananagot. Alam naman nila yun ang best lineup. Katanggap-tanggap naman. Para lang natin sinabi na, last night, kaya pala nating i-depensa ang basketball the way we played against New Zealand na double overtime. So meaning sa Asian Games, talagang may chance na i-depensa yung yung natin, tayong Asian champion.
Diba? Tama.
Tayong may hawak. So with that, kaya pala. So ganun din sa volleyball, no? Kahit hindi ganun kataas yung ranking natin, at least sa volleyball community, the entire sports sa ating bansa, alam natin yung kakayahan natin. So bakit yung papalitan? Bakit hindi pagagamit? Di ba? Hindi, heads up niya sa kanila. Bakit hindi pagagamit? Anong reason? Kaya tayo napunta sa ganito eh. Alam nyo, ibabalik lang, nawala lang sa release yung PNVF eh. So, bakit nagkaganyan? We have to talk. Uupuan namin yan. So, ano ba naging, naayos ko na yan eh, 3 years ago ata, 2 years ago eh. Naayos ko na yan eh. So, ano bang, nagkaroon ba ng uli na nagkanya-kanyang ego na naman. So, ano ba? Kailangan ayusin uli. Bakit bumalik sa ganyan? Maayos na dati yan. Ano ba naging interest? Ano ba nauna? Commercial o pang-bansa or what? Di ba?
Again, nagkagulo dahil nga, may mga nagsasabi, mga ibang personalidad. But again, Mayor, meron pong lumabas na roadmap to reinstatement ang FIVB. It is an 8-point roadmap na in-announce ng FIVB na tila yun ay susundin para maging giya para sa pag-lift ng suspension. Ano po magiging role ng POC dito? Are you going to make sure that this is followed by the PNVF at talagang igigiya nyo sila o papabayaan nyo sila munang gumalaw?
No. Kami maglilid, no? I-lead.
Kayo na mismo ang maglilid nito? Okay.
Opo. Para siguradong ma-lift. Dahil para sa atin lahat to eh.
Okay.
Di ba? Kung anong susundin namin yung kung dagdagan pa namin para mas maganda.
Yun nga eh.
Kung whatever, yung 8 points na yun, 8 agenda na yun, dagdagan. Kung kulang yun, dagdagan pa namin para lalong mapatibay yung foundation. So kami maglilid nun. And we'll do it soon.
Okay. That's
Soon,
good to
dahil
know.
we're preparing for Asian Games. Ang daming pagkakaabalahan eh. Tapos idadagdag pa to. So tapusin na namin to ng maaga. No?
Meron ditong isang punto dito, Mayor, yung tinatawag nilang number 4 to. The creation of a conflict of interest policy within PNVF in line with good governance principles within 3 months. Ang tila parang pinapatunguhan nito ay yung liderato na ang PVL, PNVF ay baka may konting conflict of interest. Ito ba ho ang isang bagay na pwede rin yung tingnan na nagpapatakbo ng isang NSA ay isang commercial league? Is that something that is within the agenda, Mayor?
Yes, sir. Yeah, pag-uusapan namin yan. Malalim din na yan. Malalim din na usapin na baka doon nagmumula yung conflict of interest. Baka sila nasilip nila.
Yun eh.
Kasi yung pagpapahiram ng player eh. At saka yung pagsischedule
yun ang sinasabi ko. Yun ang sinasabi ko. Conflict na. But itong alam niyo sa ibang bansa, kita nyo naman kahit sa FIFA ngayon eh. O saan ka naglalaro, anong European club mo, pero pag tinawag ka ng Portugal, pag tinawag ka ng Argentina, pag tinawag ka ng bansa mo, doon ka maglalaro. Ganon din sa basketball, ganon din sa kung saan sa NBA naglalaro, NBA team. Pag tinawag na ng bansa sa world, di ba? Ganon din sa atin. But ito, nasa commerce, hindi mo pwedeng pairam pag tinawag na ng national. Di ba?
Oo.
Yun ang dapat nga nasa contract lagi nila na in case na nasa commercial ka na, but pag bandera na pinag-uusapan, teka muna, kahit may kasabay na liga yan, it's not only for them, including UAP and NCAA. Dapat ganun din.
And maybe it's a precedent also for all other professional leagues. Hindi lamang po volleyball, Mayor, hindi lang basketball.
Yes,
lahat na talaga.
We're doing that. Yeah, we're following that. No? Ito lang medyo naiibang, merong sports na naiiba. So doon pumapasok yung conflict nga. So tama yun, yung number 4 na yun. Malalim yun na pag-uusapan. So, sino-sino bang stakeholders doon? Sino bang tatamaan doon?
Tama.
Kailangan merong not only compromise, but lamang dapat yung sa bansa.
Marami ho dito mga punto, yung establishment of an athletes commission, creation of a regional league.
Madali na lang yun.
In other words, ito po yung lahat kumbaga administrative matters. Pero again, gaano kalawak po ang inyong magiging supervision ng PNVF even after malift ang suspension, just to make sure hindi na maulit ito.
Dahil sinabi mo, Mayor, 3 years, inayos mo na bumalik na naman.
Nagkagulo na naman
Pag na-lift naman yan, well, under our umbrella naman talaga sila eh. So nandyan talaga supervision namin. Nandyan talaga. Sayang na umaangat na tayo kahit yung ranking natin umahabol na. Except for beach volleyball, talagang nakilala na tayo doon.
Sayang talaga.
Iba yung program doon, di ba? Umalis sila doon sa regular, lumipat yung mga atleta sa beach doon, nag-concentrate. So that's it. Parang basketball yun. Di ilipat mo muna sa 3-3 para, di ba?
Alright. Mayor, last point na lang. Kamusta po ang paghahanda natin sa Asian Games?
Alam mo, before Asian Games, meron kaming pinaghahandang malaki.
Opo.
Meron kaming first meeting, council meeting this coming July 11 with darating siguro mga 21 countries. Yun yung ginawa kong SEAP YG. SEAP is Southeast Asian Plus Youth Games.
Wow.
Southeast Asian Plus 16 under.
Wow.
Para mabilis lang. 16 under lang yun. Para may pupuntahan yung youth. After palaro, batang Pilipinas, saan ba pupunta? The Southeast Asian Youth Games. Pero nilagyan ko ng P+. Ibig sabihin ng plus, yung host, pwede mag-invite ng ibang countries aside from Southeast Asia. So in-invite ko marami. Bahrain, Middle East will start with Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi, Jordan, Kuwait. Then in-invite ko Macau, Chinese Taipei, Japan, Korea, even North Korea. In-invite ko ang Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan. In-invite ko ang Nepal, Maldives, India, Sri Lanka, nakalimutan ko yung Kazakhstan, kahit kaibigan natin si Triple G, pero tingnan ko kung mahabol pa. Baka magtampo. Kasi pag in-invite ko naman lahat, baka naman magmukhang Asian
kaya nga,
youth games
dami.
na 15 di ba? So marami naman ako masasagasaan. So Saya plus youth games. Depende na yun sa host kung sino yung iimbitahan niya.
Napakagandang konsepto.
So,
Yes, that will be on December 1 to 7 next year.
Aba, tayong host, Mayor.
Initial host tayo.
The first edition tayo.
Wow.
So more or less, ilang bansa? Ballpark figure?
And hindi ko in-exaggerate na 2, 5, 2, 12, 5, 2. 2 mandatory sports, 12 Olympic sports, 5 sports played in Asian, and 1 traditional sport ng host country. So arganit yun. And the traditional sports, I limited it to 6 events only. Hindi naman yung
napakaraming medalya. Oo, tama.
Correct.
Tama.
Hindi naman
Para hindi Cambodia yan, hindi Cambodia.
Yeah.
Ay, sorry.
Hindi Thailand din.
So 12, sorry.
Sorry.
So 12 Olympic sports, pumili tayo ng 12 Olympic sports. So limited din lang, no?
Wow.
Yun ang pinagkakalba natin ng malaki na it's a big first edition yan.
Bye, maganda.
Then nakapila na yung susunod. Every 2 years yan, nakapila na yung susunod. Nagpadala na ng intent ang Vietnam, ang Indonesia. Wait, sige, pag-usapan natin sa first council meeting this July 11.
Pag-usapan pa natin ito, Mayor. Natin naubusan tayo ng sayang. Pero ito na lang huling tanong tungkol dyan. Saan ho gaganapin yan dito? Dito sa Manila? Manila yan?
Yes, may golf ha. Ang golf, either Canlubang or Midlands para kung saan tayo gamay.
Pero puro Metro Manila to. Metro Manila.
Puro Manila yan.
Okay, alright. Very good. Well, Mayor, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyo at alam kaming busy kayo. Ang dami niyong inaasikaso. Pero nabigyan niyo kami ng update. Thank you po, Mayor. At mabuhay po kayo. We'll get you back on the show to report on this. Maraming po salamat. Ang Pangulo po ng Philippine Olympic Committee, Mayor Abraham Bambol Tolentino ng Tagaytay City. Ang ganda nun, ha? Magandang concept nun. And of course, itong, again, we invited the PNVF. Again, second time po na hindi sila dumating, kaya pasensyahan na lang po, ha. Alright, we need to wrap up, partner. Gusto namin pong muna i-announce lahat ng nanalo sa Joyride: si Marie Montesilio, Lean Dagatan, Ferdinand Damil, Pauline Macarasig, at si Ruby Ann Vergara. Congratulations sa inyo lahat. Partner, thanks so much. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you too.
At sa lahat po ng ating mga kaibigan, tandaan niyo po, tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. Sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH. Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy Sports Week sa inyo lahat.
More power!
More play!
Bangon na, power and play na, bangon na, Pilipinas tayo na.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo. Ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, sumbe, subay, lakay, paniga. Sama-samang pakita, ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play was brought to you by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. And N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin.
Binabati ng 105.9 True FM ang MQuest Ventures sa karangalang iginawad ng Asia Pacific Broadcasting Plus Awards 2026.
That's 33.